Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And welcome to my review of Hell in a Cell pay per view. This was a good, enjoyable show. One thing WWE does is the pay per views are good to watch through, and that they did it. And there's nothing special or something that we were expecting, like a Brock Lesnar return or Fiend return. We didn't get that. Just a normal pay per view. Sometimes I didn't feel like it was a Hell in a Cell show. But at the last, I mean, at the main event was very good, very great. I mean, it was great, and it was very good match. And but the ending was not good, and it was awful. And there was many matches that endings were not good. But whole match we see was good. So I would discuss upon that in detail. So first we get into Bianca Belair right out of the bat, the Hell in a Cell match for the Smackdown Women's Championship, Bianca Belair versus Bayley. This was surprisingly a very good match. I mean, back the previous pay-per-view, WrestleMania Backlash, I saw this match. I wasn't that like fans were saying that they liked this match. I didn't like that much because I don't know. Bianca Belair and Bayley didn't have that chemistry like Sasha Banks, but they surprised me kind of in this match because even though it was a Hell in a Cell, they didn't use the Hell in a Cell structure to that extent, I would say. But still, the presentation and all, and the tactics Bailey used, and it was good. And and the sunset flip power bomb, especially, that was good by Bailey. Bailey, that was a highlighting point there, and tying up of hair, and that was a good psychology. The psychology of this match was very good. Bailey did really played her 100% as always, and she was perfect here. And Bianca Belair also had her fire and her determination, grit, and all that fighting spirit that she has. And she did well as well. It was a very fun opening match. And to be saying fun, it would be kind of an understatement. It would be kind of a I mean, very good match, I can say that. But at a Hell in a Cell perspective, I mean, they did forget about using the structure, or they didn't planned out how to use this structure. So that's what it was missing. This match was missing. So if this match would have been a normal match, this would have been steal the show, just to for the sake of having another Hell in a Cell match, because Reigns Mysterio has already been done in SmackDown. So that's why they did it. So I mean, I didn't expect that I mean, this match, as I said in my predictions, that this match warranted the Hell in a Cell match setup. But still, it was good to see the presentation and all. And they had some here and there moments, but it was 80 to 90% of the match was in ring, and all the things. There was a more of a weapons match, I would say, TLC kind of match. And because weapons were used quite quite frequently, and with a very good creativity, I would say. We have never seen kind of that, because of Bianca Belair's braided hair that they used, and how Bianca Belair actually used on Bailey to hit that chair. Yeah, hit onto the chair when Bailey was holding to the chair. That was a good moment. So this was a very fun and very good opening match, I would say. But but as the Hell in a Cell match, I would not rank this match at a upper echelon or something. But it was a good wrestling match. I mean, you can say that. And Bianca Belair retains the championship. And in the end, actually, Belair actually hits a glam slam into the corner, and Belair is laid onto the that top of the ladder, and she hits a KOD on the open ladder and retains the title. That was a very great ending to a very good match, I would say. A very great ending, one of the best ending of this Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, I could say that. So it was a very believable, and it was a very good ending. And hopefully Bianca Belair is should move on to other stuff, other challenges. I think so. Now that now this rivalry is put on to rest now. So this was the match. As a Cell match, I said that wasn't that good, but still. The wrestling and all the psychology and all the storyline they played out, it played perfectly, and they both played 100% very well. And then we get to the uh, second match, which was Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, and the video packages were good. I mean, nothing new because we have seen here and there in YouTube and in the Raw episode, SmackDown episode, or on ads or something. We have seen that in social media, so nothing new kind of video package, but still it was okay. I mean, not a best or not the best video packages that we have got in this pay-per-view, but still it was interesting to watch through. It was interesting to have the highlight of all the things. Nothing new there. So second match we are getting is Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, and going to this match, I have already said in the predictions that I wasn't that interested that Cesaro and Seth Rollins is continuing this program, and my prediction was Seth Rollins because both of the times Cesaro got the victory. So I think so Seth Rollins should have that victory this time, and he should have that momentum if WWE is planning, if Brock Lesnar is not coming, if they are planning to have the Universal title match with Roman Reigns. They are thinking, we don't know if Brock Lesnar is coming or not, but the rumors are really strong right now that he's discussing with WWE to return at SummerSlam. Major plans are being discussed, and talking about this match. This match was a good match. I mean, felt like a TV match. Still, I would say not at the level of WrestleMania match. I would say that really, yeah, really, there was crowd, and yeah, there were moments created, and really that makes a difference to the match. Really makes a difference to the match. So I know that, but still, it didn't top off. But it was still a good fun watch. Cesaro actually used his power advantage, but Seth Rollins, as usual, his heel tactics, targeting his eye region and the back of the neck, and that was a focal point of Seth Rollins, targeting Cesaro's back of the head and eye region. So that was a major thing highlight, which was got. And we also see some power moves of Cesaro as well, like a suplex, and we also saw Rollins grabs an armbar, hitting a Falcon Arrow as well. So it was a good match, nothing so special or something. Nothing very. The ending was we see Cesaro actually switches into crossface, but Rollins actually kind of a tribute to Daniel Bryan there, but they didn't say it this time Daniel Bryan's name, because it was the same kind of finisher that yes lock, and Cesaro switches into crossface, but Rollins actually rolls him up for two, and sharpshooter actually again, but Cesaro lets it go as it was converted into stomp. But he tries, but few times he tries the stomp and he didn't get it, and they both knew each other very well. So that was the thing here, and that was the thing, because it was nothing new that was being displayed by these two superstars. And Rollins counters another sharpshooter attempt into a small package, and he get the victory though. So the ending, I mean, Seth Rollins should have gotten the curb stomp victory. I think so. The ending was, I didn't. I mean, Seth Rollins giving a victory to Seth Rollins would not be make a dent or something for Cesaro. Cesaro certainly is at the same level or something, at what he was, because he just have that Roman Reigns match, and then he just sorry for that. Excuse me. So then he was. Just dragged down into this storyline, and I don't have high hopes for Cesaro right now, now where he will be going, because there are so many competitors who is lined up for WWE Championship, Universal Championship, and I don't think Cesaro is making that cut and getting into this. So I don't think so. There's a waiting period for Cesaro right now. So certainly it was a very good ending to very good, I mean, ending to the rivalry. But the match itself was not that match ending wasn't that good, having a small package victory. So they are having kind of a character of Seth Rollins, just like when he was back in 2015, where he actually does all the things and he just runs away, and that's kind of character that he's doing. But I don't like that kind of Seth Rollins. It was good at that time, but he's accomplished more than ever right now, and it's been 5 years right now. He has accomplished everything, and he is a Grand Slam champion. He's the top superstar of WWE, at least in top five. So I don't want Seth Rollins just having a run up victory, or having a sneaking up the victory. I don't like that. So that was the bad moment. Actually I actually didn't like the pot. So this was the match, and then we get to next matchup, which was, and before that we got the confirmation, and we already know that Money in the Bank is coming next month, July 18th. Very excited, man, how the fans would react to this kind of storylines and all, how they would react to Monday Night Raw. I mean, it's awful. Let's see how it goes, and we actually get to the next matchup, which was Shayna Baszler versus Alexa Bliss, which I was very looking forward to. I mean, not in a kind of a wrestling match or something, but the storyline, I like that. I like the storyline, so I hope that Fiend is returning, because at the beginning, actually, Alexa Bliss had the promo. She said that expect the unexpected, and she said that maybe someone would be coming, kind of a sentence that she told. Anyways, we get to the video package, very good video package there, and Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. Then we get to the match, and this was a good match. I mean, I would not say in a kind of a very, if a normal fans, or if a normal fans watch this match, they don't like this match, because if they're not watching the storyline continuously in Raw episode, and having turning into, and how the Alexa Bliss's storyline is turning into, if they had not watched it, they would not be kind of interested or something. Some fans are also like, they don't like what Alexa Bliss is doing. She should go back to that same Alexa Bliss in the 2016 2017 time, and I don't think so. She's really doing great right now. I mean, she's better right now, like she's better right now, because she's split away from Fiend right now. Fiend is not coming up. If they're taking Fiend away apart, and Alexa Bliss having her own wrestling career, that would be good. I mean, man, and I can see that Alexa Bliss challenging for the Raw Women's title as well. That would also be a very good plan for Alexa Bliss going forward at SummerSlam or something. So talking about this match was very good. Was a good match, not a very good level, but we saw some kicks and knees and normal stuff. But the storyline was the thing here, where Alexa Bliss actually tried to control Nia Jax, and besides her, Reginald was standing, and she actually controls her, manipulates her, and she just waves her hand, and that Nia Jax also waves her hand. Actually, she was hypnotized. Alexa Bliss hypnotized Nia Jax, and she hit a slap to Reginald. So that was good moment. I mean, fans would be saying that this is 2021. We would not be believing this kind of stuff. But man, I mean, wrestling is already gone. Wrestling is already lost this kayfabe, and we are still watching it. So fans say that, some fans, non-wrestling fans, say that we are dumb to see this fake stuff. I mean, I don't say, if we are watching movies, then I mean, it's a long discussion. We will have to go. So we watch movies. That's also a scripted thing. So so that's not there. So it's all illusion, and it's all the storylines that actually intrigues us for wrestling fans to watch through, not just two people fighting. So I mean, if the storyline is going good, and if the wrestling is okay, there's nothing bad there. We could not have 100% wrestling and 100% storyline. Sometimes it's like storyline is a major importance, and yeah, and that Randy Orton Fiend match that we had, where Fiend actually was lost. Randy Orton win the match at WrestleMania. Uh, at the first, when I see, I didn't kind of understand that much, but I did enjoy that kind of kind of a new thing that is coming, but it's not a normal wrestling match we are going to see. So something intriguing thing, something that's not think about, something that's not planned about, that's happening here. And she's betraying Fiend. So that was a good kind of not hitting the chair or something that normal superstars did. That's not a thing that they did a very different thing, and that storyline actually had that thing. So that's why that matched up. So you understand what I'm telling. So I like this personally. I like this match. It was a good match, and Shayna Baszler did really also was being controlled by Alexa Bliss in the match at some point, and she was really getting out of hand, and that was good, and that was a good storyline there. And Alexa Bliss also performed very well, and she's limited in the performance. I know she's character is magical kind of thing, but still the wrestling and the storyline that she's portraying is perfect in my opinion. And in the end, we saw Bliss actually stares at Nia Jax, as I said, and slaps Reginald down, and they scream at each other. So Baszler actually grabs Kirifuda clutch, and which Alexa Bliss escapes in a hurry, and then that twisted DDT and a Twisted Bliss get the victory for Alexa Bliss. And a short match, but a good match. I like this storyline and all. I'm intrigued to see how this would be going forward, as Nia is also getting involved here. So maybe Nia turning on Shayna Baszler, having a Nia Jax Shayna Baszler storyline could be a good match for a pay-per-view or something, or a TV match. Or maybe we could see Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss as well. That would be a very good one. They had a lot of history back then when they were tag team, and that set up had a long history. And maybe Shayna Baszler moving out of this and going into the Raw Women's title, that would be also good. I don't think so. It's getting over here because Shayna Baszler is lost here. But until then, babyface. But I still say that when I watched this match, Alexa Bliss, I thought about that she's a babyface here. Even though she's kind of a villainous character, but still, she looked like a babyface because odds are against her. Odds were against her because there was Reginald and Nia Jax, and prior to this I didn't thought about like that. So but I don't know how it is, but still I thought about that in this match. But at the end, I can see when they were standing, kind of a feeling was that Alexa Bliss is a healer. She's a villainous character. She picked up the victory, and Shayna Baszler, they have not. They have not. This is not the end of the storyline. I think so. This is all going to continue and kind of escalating into Nia Jax storyline. I think so in SummerSlam or something. That I would be that, or money on the Money in the Bank as well. That would be also the plan. So that's a match. So then we get to Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. This was an okay match. I mean, nothing to say about. Pretty good match. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they had a long history, as we all know. And this was a match, this was a match where the psychology was displayed by Kevin Owens was very good, because I actually like the little things that's being shown in the match or something, and I actually noticed that, and I'd point out in my every review, and that what makes it a wrestler or a superstar or a match as a whole very different. So Kevin Owens actually had the selling of that multiple Nigerian nail that he got every Smackdown episode from Commander Aziz, and he sold it very perfectly. I mean, it was a very good storytelling right there by Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn, as usual, he did really play a very good heel, and these two are very good wrestlers and very experienced wrestlers, and they could not go wrong with them. So that's why they did this, and this was they would not be pulling off a very bad match or a bad match or average match or something. And this was a pretty good match. Nothing was so special or something, but this was very good. Sami Zayn actually perfectly kind of tries to attack Kevin Owens' neck and elbow onto the neck, and then we saw kind of hanging over to the top rope to the neck, and that was good. That was a very good. The storytelling was good here. The wrestling and the was pretty good. Nothing to. But it had drama. It had pace, and but certainly it was kind of a long. But still, as I said, because this not much of a story that there's going here. Just that back of Intercontinental Championship picture. That's the thing is going, and there's one more story that's going is that they already have done this in WrestleMania, and that was the Sami Zayn is saying that something conspiracy is being playing out where Kevin Owens is not accepted that in that storyline where WrestleMania match was done. So that storyline was also brought about by commentators. So Kevin Owens selling was the highlighting point here, and I liked it. I do want to give that point, and made this match a very whole lot of better and something different and a good match, I would say, and a pretty good match. And then so the matches were nothing short of very incredible or very great or out of the top, but they were still holding. I mean, they were still like of kind we can watch it through. So that was this whole pay per view, I would I'd say, and the main event stole the show and was a very good match. And we would get into that. We would get into that, and post that we actually saw Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio highlights retaining the Universal title, and then we get to the Raw Women's title match between Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Wasn't excited or something because they have this match so many times in Raw episode. So I wasn't excited, but the match, they did pull out very well. Charlotte played her usual heel character, how she is, and Rhea Ripley also was. But the one thing these two had is the aggressiveness that they brought about. These two, this is not like an Asuka Charlotte, because Rhea Ripley is a heel or a face, I don't know. Charlotte is a heel, that's confirmed. But the character that if they want to have a Rhea Ripley heel, have her heel turn a very perfect heel turn. I mean, she sometimes she does help Nikki Cross or something. Sometimes she kind of mocks Charlotte Flair. I mean, we aren't understanding that, but still, the match itself, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte brought about the aggressiveness and and the determination of Rhea Ripley as well. Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, the frustration level of both of them having to gain that victory, having to prove something, that was good here. And that was good here. And Charlotte and Rhea Ripley both worked very well in this match, I would say that. You could not take the hard work they had put on this in this match, because this was not kind of a bad match or something. It's a repetitive match certainly, but this was not been a bad match or something. It was a good match. I enjoyed this. Nothing very special or something, but there were some moments where drama was coming. So drama was there where they were hitting the superplex, and that was good. And they were where Rhea Ripley's knee was being the focal point as well, as we were getting into the end of the match. In a very not in the early of the match, in the finishing point, in the close to the finishing point, we saw Ripley's knee was being worked by Charlotte, and that was good. And figure four was also applied. Ripley manages to roll over and gets to the floor, and that was a good to escape there. And she held on the ropes, but Charlotte actually was locked on it, and she actually got onto the outside. And the ending, I didn't like it, but we think about that, they are really going into the rematch, and this is going to be the rematch for Money in the Bank, or maybe we can say in the Raw episode or something. That's what I want to see. But they don't end storylines in Monday Night Raw or something. So I think so. This would be dragged on for. Be dragged for Money in the Bank as well. You have Nikki Cross, the next challenger. What will they do? I don't know. Maybe triple threat match or something. I don't know. They sure won't. Will have to develop Nikki Cross as a not kind of a very happy go person that she is now had portrayed. She would have to turn. They would have to turn her not in a heel manner, but a very strong baby face, getting her a victory or something. A very credible victory over anyone, not in a kind of roll up or something. Very good promo or something. You should give that. So else the triple threat match would be very bad. And again, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. I don't want to see Money in the Bank. I hope so. They don't. WWE doesn't do that. Ending, we saw Ripley actually was gotten out, and Charlotte was also out, and Ripley actually. Banks Charlotte's head onto the onto the announcer's table. Actually, announcer's tables was she actually picked that up and she actually slams Charlotte's head. So that was the point where she actually used environmental environment. So that's why the reason actually ref actually disqualifies. I mean, WWE is just have followed a very important point. I mean, there's sometimes like. They actually don't they have Hell in a Cell matches where DQ is there, and then there's now where she actually just hit announcer's table and just to have a rematch for a next pay-per-view or something, or next episode or something in the Raw. So that's why they did it. And the ending was good, where actually Charlotte said that you are understanding, you are you are having you are understanding we, which as she says. And I don't and Shavia Ripley says, I do know that you would also be doing this, that's why I did it. So that kind of a very strong kind of character that they are portraying. I mean, I really want, as I said, really Rhea Ripley want to be a baby face. She really plays a baby face character well. She's not a very good heel. Charlotte plays a very good heel character, and as a baby face as well. But Charlotte right now should be the heel, not a baby face. So character thing that they should be focusing about. So bad ending, I mean, I could say that, but the match itself was a good match, a well worked match, I would say that. And then we get to the main event finally. And uh, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. This was a one hell of a match. This was a great main event with a very bad, awful ending, a very bad finish. And I mean, this had a stipulation where if, until Bobby Lashley is WWE champion, Drew McIntyre will not get another chance for this championship. So major stipulation there, because Drew McIntyre has been for 14 months in this WWE title picture. And we are kind of bored to see Drew McIntyre because he already got the victory. I mean, they should have done that in WrestleMania certainly, or it was too late for WrestleMania Backlash as well. But they are doing it this in. I thought about that finally they will do this, but the ending itself. I mean, I was very believing that Drew McIntyre should win that in the match I was going when I was watching it. I was really into the Drew McIntyre's babyface thing, but as the match was escalating, but man, discussing about this match, actually, this was very brutal. And Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, they had a back and forth match. Not a very back and forth match, like kind of 1-1, 2-2, not kind of stuff, like 5 to 10 minutes or some 5 to 6 minutes or something. Drew McIntyre would be on the offensive, where then Bobby Lashley would be on the offensive, and that's a moment. And this is a great moment there where MVP actually used the kendo stick and fit onto Lashley, also fit onto that cage, onto the cell. And uh, he actually he actually had actually hit onto him. Lashley actually hit onto him. That was good too. That was very good creativity by Lashley. And a table spot was very good. That choke slam. And this was later in the match, I know that. And this was later in the match, yeah, I know that. But still, this match was very good. Very good spots, very drama, excitement was there. Physicality, as I said in my prediction, these two superstars always does gives that physicality, and they did brought about that. And Lashley took a hell lot of offense, man, from Drew McIntyre. Hell lot of offense. Even Drew McIntyre took that, but still, Lashley is the one who took the most, I would say that. And we also see a lot of ringside in at that small place. They did really do very well. They didn't do the top of the sale, hell in the stuff or something. I know that it's not good to do always, because it's dangerous, I know that. But I thought about that. There should be one kind of OMG moment that should have happened, like kind of a spear or something through the cell. That would have been good. I mean, they could have pulled out. Certainly, they could have pulled out this thing. And I mean, yeah, the weapons and all were used very well. Tables and kendo stick, and as well as the chairs and all. That was chair shots was great too. great to see. And this was a mix of in-ring stuff as well as the ringside stuff. Ringside stuff was the most entertaining, and in-ring stuff was at times very less. And they really tried to, as much as possible, to have that, to use the Hell in a Cell structure, and onto the, not onto the fullest of advantage, but they really did tried, and it was good. And they didn't have to sell a lot of things, because a lot of the things were already being seen in their body. Actually, Drew McIntyre's whole back was, man, he was gone, man. He was effed up by the blood and bruises that he had in the upper back. And Bobby Lashley also had on onto the chest, that he had his flesh actually was not a flesh, I would say his skin was actually rashed upon, and that was also so very physical match. They really well worked, and very hard work that they do had done in this match. I would comment on how the performance was of both of the superstars. And these are the two superstars who are the pillars of the Monday Night Raw, and the top division of WWE right now, apart from Roman Reigns in Smackdown. And was very good. And in the beginning, actually, Lashley actually attempts hurt lock, uh, and that didn't got him. And we also saw Claymore as well. Turning point of this match was a Claymore, which was and he didn't get the pin because MVP actually pulled over him. And because this was a situation where actually I think he was going for a chair shot to McIntyre, but actually got hit to referee, and referee was beaten. Referee was got to the outside, and he was fall down. And Drew McIntyre hits at Claymore, and he would have picked up the victory, but ref was not there. Drew McIntyre demands the next another referee, and he opens up the cage. MVP enters. MVP actually holds the ref's knee when another ref comes out, hits a Claymore. Another ref comes out and had the pin attempt, but MVP actually pulled the. I mean, this was a point where I thought about. I mean, after this Hell in a Cell thing as well, you're doing this. This is not kind of interference like Brock Lesnar or something. I mean, I can believe that, because he won the. That's a storyline or something. But this man, I mean, have Lashley a very pure victory. Have Lashley, because he's the dominant, and you're saying, and he looks dominant. I mean, he looks dominated WWE champion. I mean, why have MVP sticking into his business every time? I don't know, just to have that wasn't good. I didn't like the part, but still, it didn't get on to something that Lashley actually took up the victory. That was because we had more things going to come. And McIntyre actually was driven into the table after that, and they are both down again. And McIntyre unloads with some chair shots, but the Claymore attempt was missed by Drew McIntyre, and Lashley actually sends him to the apron for a choke slam through a table. And back in, a spear is sent to the corner, and allowing McIntyre to grab a backslide attempt, kind of a reminiscent to Randy Orton thing that you remember last Hell in a Cell, where he got the victory by using this same thing. I mean, that was a better ending. That was a wrestling move ending he put upon, and he actually got. I think it was an. I don't think it was Hell in a Cell. I think so. It was in Clash of Champions, that ending. So had that history played out as well. That was good. And the Future Shock DDT finally connects, but MVP grabs McIntyre's leg, and allowing Lashley. Allowing Lashley to roll him up and pick up the victory. Man, Lashley, of all the build and of all the storyline that it was, Lashley is the dominant, and he looks dominant. But the way they gave the victory, it doesn't fit the character for Bobby Lashley. He's not Seth Rollins or something. He's not. I didn't like that the ending. This would have been good. I mean, MVP grabbing the McIntyre's like, okay, that wasn't. I didn't like that, because this is a Hell in a Cell match, man. And you are having a manager onto the into the Hell in a Cell, and ref could have ejected him easily. I mean, this is the rule. Hell in a Cell should have should have something that rule or something. Yeah, just doing. I mean, okay, grab his leg, and Lashley hitting a spear, or maybe having something kind of a maneuver, something could have good. I mean, spear is a better ending to that match. I would say that Spear should have been. I mean, Lashley retaining the championship, I don't have any problem. I mean, I hope that Drew McIntyre would be, because Drew McIntyre is a baby face, and there's already a heel Roman Reigns in SmackDown, so maybe they should have one baby face that. So they didn't go with that. So I said in my prediction that my prediction is Drew McIntyre, but still, if Lashley retains, I don't will not be surprised or something. I mean, they want to have program with Brock Lesnar. He certainly would be eyeing for the top prize WWE Championship, because he don't want to be a rivalry kind of storyline. Certainly, that's the top prize, and that's the main event status that we'll be getting, and the main event match that we'll be getting for Brock Lesnar, and certainly WWE would be happy for that. So I think they are really trying hard for this match only, and I don't have problem like actually returning, but the ending, man. I mean, this is a lot of rant that we can say about. I didn't like that the ending of the roll up. That's this match was a great, well worked match, very good match. It was physical, it was entertaining, it was fun. Whatever you can say, this was the one Hell in a Cell match, which actually was very good, which was a very good, and they had very good physicality in this, and I don't have words actually to say, because this was that good. But the ending, man, it wasn't that good, and the a lot of ending as well as a Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte as well. The ending, they did it for a rematch, but this is not kind of a rematch situation that we are going through. If they are going for the rematch or something, if the stipulation is not there, I mean, okay. But then it's like McIntyre is robbed again, and he certainly, it's kind of a question mark. He certainly would be coming to the WWE Championship later after SummerSlam or something, and I do think so. So, and Bobby Lashley also didn't look in, and he looked bad, because he's a dominant champion and he's a WWE champion. He is not the challenger, he's the champion. So he could have hit the spear and took up the pin. That would have been a very good ending and a credible ending for a WWE champion. So that would have been good. I was just seeking up the victory right now at the end of the storyline, and Drew McIntyre's last chance could have been very bad. I mean, it's a dominant victory that should have done for Bobby Lashley, as you think so. So that should have been. As for what's next for Drew McIntyre, I mean, certainly it would be it would be very different, and it would be very kind of changed feeling to see Drew McIntyre in another storyline, because he's been the epitome, and he's been the brand for WWE Championship for 14 months, and it's been one and a half years that's been gone. So certainly, it would be difficult kind of watching another storyline, but the most obvious I want to see, the most obvious, and the fans are speculating, even I am saying, that is Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. They should rekindle this rivalry. They didn't have that rivalry very well, and I thought about that after WrestleMania they could have that storyline: Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Drew McIntyre getting the WWE Championship, and Sheamus coming for. They didn't. Sheamus actually retained the US Championship, and he didn't. Straight two pay-per-views is gone. I mean, he's injured. That's why he would not be. He didn't do this Hell in a Cell match, Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. But what's about WrestleMania Backlash? That was also kind of a kickoff match that they had. I mean, US Championship. I mean, that isn't good that they are doing, because IC title is way better. That I mean, that's also not in a very best level, but still, Apollo Crews is doing very good with Intercontinental Championship. But United States Championship is just like another title. It's just like a in the level of 24/7. As certainly, man, it's not being given a credibility. The storyline is not developed, and they're just giving Sheamus jobbers, and having get the victory, and don't have a very serious kind of US Championship match. I mean, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. That's what I want to see. The program they can certainly drag on to, if they can do this. If they can do certainly for 2-3 pay-per-views WWE Championship, they can certainly do this storyline for 2 pay-per-views as well, for SummerSlam as well. And Drew McIntyre for going for the US Championship would not be a bad or something. He's a babyface. He could certainly uphold and have a very good United States, represent the United States. Even though he's from Scotland, I know, but man. Sheamus is also not from US or something. He's from Irish. So yeah, so he's Irish, so he's from Ireland. So there's no explanation there from which city or which country you are. So this was my thoughts and going for it, and I hope you liked it. And my final show thoughts would be that this was a good pay per view. Hell in a Cell matches. I mean, talking about that, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley was the only cell match I liked about, which was not great, very, very good in terms of Hell in a Cell that they used, but still it was commendable. It was very good. It was fun, entertaining main event, and it was a good ending to main event. Result as well. Didn't thought about if you think about in the outer box. If you think about Lashley taking the championship, should maybe not be the big deal or something. He retained the championship or something, and that would have been not the feeling, because fans are expecting Lashley versus Lesnar right now. So that if they want to see that, so if we want to see that Lashley should retain the WWE Championship, so that's why they would have done that. Well, that's what fans would be speculating. But sad for Drew McIntyre in a kayfabe manner, because he haven't got the WWE champion, and didn't win the WWE champion last year as well. He lost to Randy Orton. Randy Orton won the WWE championship. So kind of history there. So that was where McIntyre actually in the end actually Lashley posed, while McIntyre actually looks very devastated and very sad that he didn't get the victory and end the show. This is the end of the show, and the two matches I actually the favorite matches were Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Very good match. I mean, really, they didn't use the Hell in a Cell structure that well, but Bianca Belair Bayley is a very good. And then we also Alexa Bliss Shayna Baszler in a storyline perspective also good. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, pretty good. I mean that selling was good by Kevin Owens, as I said. Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley, pretty good. I mean, normal. I mean, nothing so very different. Ending was very bad. I'd certainly want to have rematch. That's why. And stars of the match would be opening and the ending. Bianca Belair, Bayley, and Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. So, what's your favorite matches that you see in Hell in a Cell, and what's your rating on this pay per view? Please uh, do have your opinion in the comment section below. And so much speaking and so much of review, so much of discussion. I hope you liked it, and please make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, peace.